A skeleton hidden within the walls for 20 years. An abandoned old mansion shrouded in mystery. And a powerful family carrying countless dark secrets. The case of Amelia Evans' death is not just an ordinary crime, but a tale of greed, betrayal, and terrifying secrets buried with time. What truly happened in that mansion? Who is behind such a ruthless act? And how was the truth finally brought to light? Stay tuned, as this story will take you from one shocking twist to another right up to the very last moment. On a chilly September morning in 2023, in the town of Millstone, Vermont, a construction crew made a shocking discovery while renovating the abandoned Patterson family mansion. Once a symbol of wealth and power, the mansion had been deserted for 2 decades after the family abruptly left town in 2003. The grand estate, with its thick brick walls and stained glass windows, had since fallen into disrepair, shrouded in layers of dust and surrounded by rumors of wandering spirits. While dismantling a wall in the ground floor living room, the workers noticed something unusual about the brickwork. As they chipped away at the plaster, a hollow space behind the wall was revealed. A musty stench filled the air, accompanied by an unnervingly cold draft. When the bricks were fully removed, they uncovered a human skeleton bound tightly in a grotesque pose. The skeleton's arms were twisted behind its back, with both wrists and ankles tied securely with rope. Another rope was looped around the neck, suggesting the victim had been strangled before being hidden within the wall. "I've never seen anything like this in over 15 years of working," said Mark Allen, the project supervisor, his voice trembling. "It's as if this crime has been waiting to surface and demand justice." The scene was immediately sealed off, and the Millstone police arrived quickly, coordinating with forensic teams from Vermont to examine the evidence. The wall itself showed signs of hasty repairs. The mortar in this section was noticeably different from the rest of the house, indicating it had been patched up approximately 2 decades ago. Beneath the skeleton, investigators discovered several intriguing clues. A small silver ring engraved with the initials, likely a personal identifier, a tattered red fabric bearing strange floral patterns, an antique pocket watch stopped at 3:47 a.m., found near the wall. Time stood still here, as if the entire house froze at that exact moment, commented one investigator while surveying the eerie scene. Beyond the skeleton, there were no other personal belongings, deepening the mystery surrounding the case. Forensic experts estimated that the remains had been hidden in the wall for at least 20 years. The ropes and physical markings indicated the victim had likely been brutally murdered before being concealed within the wall. Adding to the chilling atmosphere were small scratch marks around the wall's interior, as if someone had desperately tried to escape, but failed. The entire setting took a darker turn as local residents recounted tales of the Patterson family, wealthy yet enigmatic, who had abandoned the mansion without explanation. The Millstone police were left with a host of pressing questions. Who was the person entombed within the wall? Why did this happen in the Patterson mansion? And what led to such a gruesome death? The secrets hidden within the walls began to unravel, revealing a haunting tale of mystery and tragedy. The discovery initiated a lengthy investigation aimed at uncovering the truth buried for 2 decades. This mansion is no longer just an old relic. It's a silent witness to a forgotten tragedy. But no crime can remain hidden from the light of justice forever, declared Millstone's police chief, as the case was launched into an in-depth inquiry. Part 2: The victim's identity and the investigation process. After the discovery of the skeleton in the Patterson family mansion in Millstone, authorities launched an extensive investigation to identify the victim and unravel what happened 2 decades ago. The forensic team began by analyzing the bones to determine basic characteristics. The results revealed the victim was a woman between the ages of 25 and 30 at the time of her death. She was approximately 5'5" tall, with signs of trauma on her ribs and wrists, suggesting she had been in a physical struggle before her death. The silver ring engraved with "A" was sent to the lab for further examination. After cleaning and using advanced imaging techniques, the full inscription was revealed: "Amelia Evans, forever in my heart." This provided a crucial clue to the victim's identity. Amelia Evans. That name sounds familiar. murmured Detective Sarah Mitchell as she sifted through old records. She decided to search for missing persons reports from 2000 to 2005 in Millstone and the surrounding areas. After hours of combing through records, Sarah found a report about the disappearance of Amelia Evans, a young woman who worked at a local cafe called Sunrise Diner. Amelia was reported missing in July 2003, just a few months before the Patterson family abruptly left town. However, her case was not thoroughly investigated at the time due to a lack of evidence and the absence of close relatives to push for answers. Digging deeper, Sarah discovered that Amelia had been romantically involved with Arthur Patterson, the only son of the Patterson family. At the time, Arthur, then 28, was known for his charm, but also for his reclusive and enigmatic nature. "This can't be a coincidence," remarked Detective James Miller, Sarah's colleague. Amelia disappears, the Pattersons flee town, and now we find her body in their home. There's definitely a connection. Tracing the Patterson family. Police turned their focus to tracking down the Patterson family. However, after leaving Millstone, they seemed to have vanished without a trace. Financial records showed they had sold most of their assets and moved overseas, but no specific address was listed. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah and James interviewed people who had known Amelia. Margaret Johnson, the owner of Sunrise Diner, remembered her vividly. Amelia was a kind, hardworking girl. She mentioned dating a wealthy man, but never revealed his name. "I always felt something was off, like she was hiding a secret." Another witness, Peter Collins, a close friend of Amelia, shared that she had been anxious in the weeks leading up to her disappearance. She confided in him that she had seen something she wasn't supposed to and felt threatened. "She told me that if anything happened to her, I should check her journal," Peter recalled. However, he had never found the journal. Uncovering new evidence. Back at the Patterson mansion, the police conducted a thorough search for more clues. In a hidden corner of the attic, they discovered a small wooden box containing photographs of Arthur Patterson and Amelia Evans together. They also found a locked notebook. Once the notebook was opened, they realized it was Amelia's missing journal. In its final entries, Amelia detailed her growing fear after accidentally discovering Arthur and his father, William Patterson, involved in illegal activities including money laundering and trafficking rare artifacts. "I don't know what to do. Arthur isn't the man I thought he was. I'm terrified they won't let me go if they find out what I've seen," Amelia wrote in her last entry. The evidence suggested that Amelia may have been silenced to prevent her from exposing their crimes. But who was the true culprit, her lover, Arthur, or his powerful father, William? "We need to find Arthur Patterson," Sarah resolved. "He holds the key to everything, the hunt for Arthur Patterson." Tracking down Arthur proved to be a daunting task. There was no record of his current whereabouts. The police reached out to Interpol and other international agencies to expand the search. Meanwhile, a new lead emerged. A recent bank transaction from an account linked to the Patterson family suggested they might be in London, England. Without hesitation, Sarah and James prepared to travel, coordinating with UK authorities to continue the investigation. "The truth has been buried for far too long. It's time for justice to be served," Sarah declared, her resolve unwavering. As the investigation progressed, it became clear that uncovering the dark secrets of the Patterson family would be both challenging and dangerous. Yet, each new clue brought them closer to revealing the truth and bringing the perpetrators to justice. Part 3: Suspects and Crucial Clues. The investigation into Amelia Evans' death uncovered initial leads, but also raised a series of unanswered questions. As detectives Sarah Mitchell and James Miller delved deeper into Amelia's journal and related documents, the list of suspects began to crystallize, focusing on those with direct ties to Amelia and the Patterson family. Suspect 1: Arthur Patterson. Arthur Patterson, the only son of the Patterson family and Amelia's lover, emerged as the primary suspect. Amelia's journal revealed Arthur's involvement in his family's illegal activities, including money laundering and trafficking rare artifacts. A photo found in the wooden box in the attic showed Arthur and Amelia together on the Patterson estate. While they appeared intimate, Amelia's expression hinted at unease, suggesting their relationship may not have been as harmonious as it seemed. Detective Sarah discovered that just weeks before Amelia's disappearance, Arthur transferred a significant sum of money from his personal account to an anonymous one. This transaction coincided with a journal entry from Amelia describing how she was holding onto a dangerous secret. If Arthur knew Amelia had discovered his secrets, would he go as far as silencing her? James wondered aloud. Suspect 2. William Patterson. William Patterson, Arthur's father and the legal owner of the mansion, was the most powerful figure in the Patterson family. According to old records, William operated a chain of antique and luxury furniture businesses, but there were signs these ventures were fronts for money laundering. Amelia's journal hinted that William might have been the mastermind behind the illegal operations. She wrote, "He's too dangerous. I can't believe they've managed to hide their crimes for so long. If I speak up, will I live to see tomorrow?" Witnesses described William as a domineering man who wouldn't tolerate betrayal from anyone, even family. If he learned Amelia had uncovered his activities, he had every motive to eliminate her. Suspect 3. Margaret Patterson. Margaret Patterson, William's wife and Arthur's mother, was a quieter figure in the family. While no direct evidence linked her to the crime, letters found in the wooden box suggested she was aware of the tension between Amelia and the family. One unsent letter from Margaret read, "Dear Amelia, I hope you understand there are things you must not interfere with. For your safety and ours, you must keep this a secret." Detective Sarah believed Margaret might have known what happened to Amelia, but chose silence to protect her family. Key clues. Amelia's journal. The final entries in Amelia's journal provided a glimpse into the conflict she faced before her disappearance. She repeatedly expressed fear about what she had discovered and wrote, "I can't trust anyone in that house." The silver ring. Forensic analysis revealed faint fingerprints on the silver ring, which did not belong to Amelia, but to Arthur Patterson. This indicated Arthur had possession of the ring, but it remained unclear if he took it before or after her death. The red fabric. A piece of red fabric with strange patterns found near the skeleton turned out to be from a tablecloth unique to the Patterson dining room, tying the crime scene to the family's time in the mansion. The wooden box and photographs. The wooden box contained not only photos of Arthur and Amelia, but also a family picture taken at a party. Notably, Amelia's gaze in the photograph was fixed on William Patterson with a wary expression, suggesting she knew something she shouldn't have. Peter Collins' testimony. Peter, Amelia's close friend, provided additional critical details. He recalled that in the week leading up to her disappearance, Amelia mentioned she planned to confront Arthur and reveal the truth. Peter also disclosed that she had received a threatening phone call from a man with a deep voice, whom she suspected was William Patterson. Connecting the dots. The clues began to piece together a troubling narrative. Amelia uncovered a dangerous secret about the Patterson family's illicit activities. Arthur and William both had motives to silence her, while Margaret may have chosen to turn a blind eye. The evidence pointed strongly toward Arthur's involvement with his financial transactions and possession of the ring. Yet, William's domineering nature and connections made him equally suspicious. "This isn't just about motive anymore, it's about who actually carried out the act," Sarah remarked, as she and James focused their efforts on tracking down Arthur Patterson. Recent banking activity in London reinforced the theory that Arthur was actively working to cover his tracks. Next steps. Detectives Sarah and James prepared to travel to London, coordinating with British authorities to locate and interrogate Arthur. The truth has been buried long enough. "It's time to uncover who was truly responsible for Amelia's death," Sarah said with determination. As the investigation progressed, the team knew they were treading dangerous waters. The Pattersons' dark secrets were beginning to unravel, but the full truth and justice remained just out of reach. Part 4. The Pursuit of Justice, Unveiling the Killer, and Closing the Case. After tracing recent bank transactions linked to Arthur Patterson in London, Detectives Sarah Mitchell and James Miller collaborated with British authorities to execute a plan to capture him. This wasn't just about catching a murder suspect, it was about shedding light on a mystery buried for 2 decades. Tracking Arthur Patterson in London. Arthur was found to be using a fake identity, Michael Anderson, to rent a luxurious apartment in Chelsea, London. With confirmation of his location, British police and Interpol set up a raid on the property. However, when the team stormed the apartment, Arthur had fled, leaving behind scattered documents on the table. Among the papers, Sarah found a detailed escape plan, including a plane ticket to Mexico and forged identification. This showed Arthur was preparing to disappear again. A handwritten letter addressed to his mother, Margaret Patterson, was also found. Its contents revealed Arthur's desperation and fear that the family secret was about to be exposed. "Mother, I can't let them find out the truth. If the police uncover everything, we'll lose it all." This strengthened Sarah's belief that Arthur was not only central to the crime, but also held the key to understanding what happened to Amelia Evans. Confrontation at Heathrow Airport. Through surveillance systems, police discovered that Arthur had booked a flight to Mexico and was waiting at Heathrow Airport. Authorities quickly deployed teams to intercept him at the international terminal. At the airport, Sarah and James split up to monitor boarding gates while agents checked passengers. Finally, James spotted Arthur trying to blend into the crowd, wearing oversized sunglasses and a baseball cap to obscure his face. "Arthur Patterson, stop right there," Sarah shouted as she approached him. Arthur tried to run, but was tackled after a brief chase through the terminal. He was taken into custody, where he remained uncooperative, repeatedly denying any involvement in Amelia's death. Unveiling the truth. During interrogation, Sarah and James presented the evidence they had gathered to pressure Arthur. Questions about his relationship with Amelia, particularly the last entries in her journal, caused him to grow visibly anxious. Sarah confronted him, stating, "We know everything, Arthur. The silver ring, Amelia's journal, your secret transactions. Amelia discovered your family's crimes. What did you do to her?" Under intense pressure, Arthur finally confessed. He admitted that on the night of Amelia's death, the two had a heated argument at the Patterson mansion. Amelia had threatened to go to the police after uncovering the family's money laundering operation. In a fit of rage, Arthur strangled her with a rope. "I didn't mean to kill her. I just wanted her to stop," Arthur said, his voice shaking. However, Arthur insisted that he was not the one who hid Amelia's body. According to him, his father, William Patterson, had orchestrated the cover-up. William ordered the body to be concealed within the wall and had the area quickly repaired to hide the crime. He then demanded the family leave Millstone immediately, closing the case. With Arthur's confession, the investigation expanded to William Patterson. However, police discovered he had died in 2015 at a hospital in Spain. Margaret Patterson, William's wife, was also brought in for questioning. During a lengthy interrogation, Margaret admitted to knowing about the murder, but claimed she was powerless against her husband. "William controlled everything. I couldn't speak up or do anything. If I did, he would have destroyed all of us," she tearfully confessed. Margaret's testimony corroborated Arthur's account, solidifying the timeline of events. With these revelations, the case was officially closed. Arthur Patterson was charged with manslaughter and obstruction of justice, receiving a 25-year prison sentence. Margaret was given a suspended sentence for being complicit in concealing the crime, but not directly participating. After 2 decades, Amelia Evans' case was finally brought to light. The story not only exposed a horrifying crime, but also served as a reminder that no secret can remain hidden forever. At a press conference following the case's closure, Detective Sarah Mitchell remarked, "Amelia couldn't tell her story, but we spoke on her behalf. Justice, even delayed, is still justice." The Patterson mansion, once a symbol of wealth and grandeur, became a reminder of betrayal and punishment. Residents of Millstone believe that Amelia has now found peace, and the secrets of the Patterson family will no longer cast shadows over the town. The story of Amelia Evans is more than just a murder case. It's a reminder that the truth will always come to light, No matter how long it's been hidden, justice has been served, and we hope Amelia's soul has finally found peace. If you found this story thought-provoking, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe to stay updated with more gripping stories. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think there are other secrets still waiting to be uncovered? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Wishing you a peaceful day ahead.